What we really do is work with people on stress-reduced fat loss. So everything from removing their problems at home, the reasons that make them stop sleeping. Okay. We also provide nutrition and wellness care as most specifically life management. I've known Rhonda actually for a couple of years, just seeing her at the gym and whatnot. But I was actually on Facebook, if you believe it, and I saw online that she had a technique of stretching that was quite interesting. And working with a lot of clients as I do, I decided, you know what, I wanted to contact her and find out more about it because it may be able to help myself, being a little bit selfish, and my clients also. I messaged her right away and I said, you know what, it's something I'm definitely interested in, tell me more about it. And she was very quick to respond and set up a time where we could actually sit down and first tell me about it, which I found quite informative and educating, because most people don't want to tell you anything about it. But she was very informative, giving me the instructions, how to do it, why to do it, how she came about it, which was intriguing to me. And then we went to our next appointment. Working with clients, I see them in pain all the time, and having to lead them, it's important that I'm actually being able to exhibit the same things. But being an athlete and training as much as I do, there are going to be chronic problems. But the biggest thing I've noticed is, you know, the lack of pain in a short period of time. I think it's the amount of stretching that I'm doing. Stretching for 10 minutes did nothing, as Rhonda said. It doesn't do anything. It's the hour and a half. Once I started reaching that period of time, my body started to move and change in different ways that I was, from being in the industry for so long, I was surprised, but it was actually amazing. So what I tried to do is first, I do have a client that I mentor, so they actually run their own fitness business. And the first thing I did was, after working with myself, I brought it to that person. And I said, you know what, let's take this hour and let's stretch. And one of the concerns they were having was little knots and pains from running. They do a lot of running with clients. But they also had a lot of stress at that time. So I wanted to focus on the stress aspect of it and say, let's just stretch for a little bit. And what you're going to find is that pain, or whatever you're upset about, is going to start coming out as we do the stretching. So it did move through his body, move through his hips and his lower back, and it stayed on the left side of his lower back, which really is an emotional area for most people. And what we ended up talking about after was some of the stresses with family life that he was going through. And that's really what the manifestation was, but it was the stretching that was able to bring it out. Stretching is always something that I did for a cause. So when I was in martial arts, I stretched. After track practice, I'm going to stretch. But to stretch just for stress relief was something that I probably should have thought of, but I just never did. What I'm doing right now is I'm not wearing orthotics. I don't need to wear orthotics. I can go and sprint and run and do gymnastics and do these different things without having to wear an orthotic in my shoe or everywhere I'm going. For me, that's fabulous. I can still squat and not have knee pain. I don't have to see my chiropractor every other week, or every week for that matter. These are things for me are fabulous. For me, the progression is the number one thing. How do I keep progressing this for people? How do I keep progressing it for myself? But biggest and best, how do I progress this for clients so that I can keep getting them better? I can keep going. I need to know more. I need to understand more. For me to stop doing this now would be saying I definitely want to hurt a little bit more. I want to spend more money. I want to go back to my chiropractor, which I love, by the way. But I want to spend more money on other things, orthotics and whatnot, and I don't. I have no problem managing my pain myself. I actually like it better, and most of the clients do. I haven't had one client who said, well, I don't want to manage my pain. I'd rather go spend a couple $100. Managing my pain means if I can have an issue and know exactly what to do to make it go away without having to wait in line, wait for a book-in, or wait for a time for an appointment, that's efficiency. That's what people want.